Imagine it's 3 a.m. The streets are silent. Houses are dark. Families asleep. And 3 teenagers are out in the neighborhood, laughing, filming what they think is just another TikTok prank. A ding-dong ditch. A joke. A stupid, harmless teenage stunt. But that night, in Spotsylvania County, Virginia, that prank became a tragedy. A young man who should have been graduating in a few days never made it home. And a 27-year-old homeowner found himself facing murder charges that could send him to prison for decades. This is the story of how a joke turned into a shooting, and a community was left asking, who is truly responsible? Before we dive into that night, you have to understand something. The Ding Dong Ditch Challenge was going viral again. Teenagers across TikTok were recording themselves kicking doors, running away, and getting reactions. Most of the time, it ended with annoyed homeowners, maybe a shout, maybe a chase, nothing more. And on May 3rd, 2025, 3 teens in Fredericksburg, Virginia, decided they wanted to make their own video. One of them was 18-year-old Michael Bosworth Jr., a senior at Massaponax High School, a lacrosse star, a kid who had plans to join the U.S. Marine Corps. Friends say he was adventurous, always laughing, always doing something wild, but never malicious. That night, Michael and 2 younger teens had already pranked a couple of homes. Kick the door, run, laugh, film, repeat. But then, they reached a house on Mackenzie Lane, the house that would change everything. Inside that home were Tyler Chase Butler, 27, and his mom. Tyler wasn't a troublemaker. He wasn't expecting visitors. He wasn't expecting anything at all. But earlier that night, around 2 a.m., Tyler's mother called 911 because she heard someone banging on the house. A deputy came, checked the property, found nothing, and left. Minutes later, the banging started again. Imagine that for a second. It's pitch black. Someone climbed your backyard fence. They're pounding on your basement door. You've already called 911 once, and now it's happening again. Fear does something strange to the human mind. It makes every noise louder, every shadow darker, every possibility more deadly. Tyler grabbed his gun. He called 911, and outside, Michael and the other teens were setting up for another prank. According to investigators, the teens didn't go to the front door. They didn't ring a bell. No. They climbed a 6-foot backyard fence, wearing masks, one of them with a chest pack, and started kicking and banging on the basement door. In their minds, it was funny. It was content. In Tyler's mind, it was a break-in, a threat, a real danger. Surveillance cameras captured what happened next. Tyler stepped outside, holding a gun, shouting, "What y'all on? Y'all just in my crib. Hold up, cuz I'm about to blow one of the X down." The teens panicked and ran. They pushed open the side gate and scattered into the darkness. And right there, in that split second, the entire tragedy unfolded. Tyler opened fire. About 10 shots. Michael was hit in the back as he ran. Another teen was grazed by a bullet. Michael collapsed. The others hid behind a shed, terrified. Tyler walked back toward his house, still talking, still worked up from adrenaline. Surveillance audio captured him saying, "Luckily, I didn't smoke one of you," expletive. But he did. Michael was dying. Paramedics rushed him to the hospital, but he didn't make it. An 18-year-old life, gone within seconds. The investigation moved quickly. The surviving teens showed police their phones, recordings of the earlier pranks. No weapons, no burglary tools, just teenagers being reckless. The sheriff confirmed they were unarmed. Michael Bosworth Jr.'s family was shattered. His stepfather said, He was just a kid. He had his whole life ahead of him. He loved lacrosse. He loved his friends. He was about to join the Marines. The community mourned. Classmates cried. Graduation happened without him. And while the town grieved, police arrested Tyler Butler the very same day. He was charged with second-degree murder, malicious wounding, use of a firearm in a felony, held without bond. But Tyler's family insists he did nothing wrong. His father publicly defended him, saying, "That wasn't a prank. Anyone would have thought it was a real break-in." And here's the complicated part. They're not wrong to say it looked bad. Teens climbing a backyard fence, wearing masks, at 3 a.m., banging on the house, having already scared the family once earlier the same night. Tyler's defense attorney argues he acted out of fear, not malice. They've requested evidence of the teens' masks, videos, and the chest pack to support their argument that it resembled a burglary. The prosecutor, however, says, there is a difference between fear and firing at unarmed teenagers who are already running away. This debate, fear versus responsibility, became the heart of the case. As of the latest updates, September 2025, a judge reviewed the evidence and allowed the case to move forward. October 23, 2025, a grand jury indicted Tyler Butler on all charges. The two surviving teens were charged with trespassing, with court dates in November 2025. The trial for Tyler could begin in 2026 unless he accepts a plea deal. And online, the case exploded. Some say the teens were innocent kids making a stupid mistake. Others say the homeowner had every right to defend himself. But one thing everyone agrees on: nobody should have died that night. What happens when prank culture meets fear and firearms? What happens when young people chase viral views without thinking? And homeowners panic at shadows? Who is responsible when two worlds collide? Michael Bosworth Jr. should be alive today. Tyler Butler shouldn't be facing decades behind bars. 3 families should not be living this nightmare. This case is not just about a prank, not just about self-defense, not just about guns. It's about a moment, a decision, a tragedy that can never be undone. As this case moves toward trial, one thing is certain: a few seconds of teenage fun became a lifetime of pain. And a ding-dong ditch that was supposed to be a joke turned deadly.